What's up, guys? It's pretty late or early, however you want to put it. It is 2:08 in the morning. And I was just thinking pretty hard. I do a lot of thinking, a lot. I mean, I think about everything all the time. I wouldn't count myself a professional in a lot of areas, but I don't know. I guess I guess I do a lot of studying. I look into things and um but anyways, enough about me. What I want to go into though, what I was thinking is I was thinking about the mark, right? Um, and then the mandates, and I don't think it's exactly the mark, but I think it leads up to the mark. I know that it may cause some damage, and for any vaxxers out there, I should tell you that you shouldn't, but I really try to stay neutral. I just tell people, I wouldn't advise it. Um, you know, what really got me about it was that they had to entice people to take it, though. I will say that. It was free lap dances if you get the vaccine, or we're gonna give you some free nachos, or I don't know, stuff like that. That's what really kind of got me. Is you have to entice people to take it. That to me, in the business that I'm in, I do tattoos for a living. But I've done a lot of music. I used to be in a heavy metal band. Every now and then I like to rap and stuff like that, and record it and blah blah blah. So this to me, this would be called promotion. To start, it doesn't matter what business you're in. You can be in real estate. You have to have money to make money, because it doesn't matter where you're at. You could be real estate, you could be music. It takes money to make money, and that statement is very true in a lot of places, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur of some kind. Um, I don't care who you are. Let's say they make marijuana legal in Texas. Well, that means I would have to go and get a loan or something, or I would have to owe somebody somewhere. Does that make sense? I'd have to open up a shop or something like that, right? And blah blah blah, and I'd have to pay it back or something, so, or out of pocket, blah blah blah. When it came to the music thing, I did some shows and had some uh, venues, and last place I did a show at was Come and Take It Live in Austin. I was in a heavy metal band. This is probably about 3 years ago, so it's been a long time since I've done any performance or anything like that. um, we had to pay out of pocket because that was a nice stage. Like an actual club where like bands play at and stuff like that. So, but you have to pay for that spot. Anyways, so like I said, so on and so forth. The V and the mandates, and where I don't understand where they would get people is like if you have to have it to go here, go there, blah blah blah, right? Or if you want to eat there, but shop there, blah blah blah. It's impossible to hold people back in that form if everything is online anyways. For instance, if I wanted to shop, I can honestly say that when I did shop, it hasn't even been at a store. It was online. I just had it delivered here. So that eliminated the whole I need to go out and get it thing. Does that make sense? So I don't see where you'd have to like prove where you got it to do that, or anything like that, right? And then say you wanted to go out somewhere to eat. Well, they've got DoorDash or whatever, right? And they'll just like pick it up for you and drop it off. If you want to, they'll leave it at the door. Yeah, because like I'm afraid of the sickness, or I don't want to get sick, or blah blah blah, right? Like, so I don't see how they would control people from that point of view. I mean, unless you had to like take a picture of it and like, say like maybe, I don't know, you have to make like a profile or something, but you like have to snap a picture of your proof or something, or maybe you got to swipe it from your phone. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the phone can already read your credit card. I mean, why not? And that's what I think the chip in the card thing was for too, for a long time. And I would tell people that too. Uh, I would see them buy stuff or sell stuff with it, and I was like, you know what that's getting at, right? Like, that's the chip. It eliminates the whole, it is cool, and everybody uses it now. And then like it never failed. I mean, I think people even still do it to this very moment. They'll stick the card where you're supposed to stick the card, right? Or they'll like swipe it, and they're like, oh, I forgot it's a chip, right? And I'm sure you've even done it at some point. You went to swipe the card, right? And you're like, oh, I forgot it's a chip. You got to stick it in the thing and wait for it, right? So, or you saw somebody in front of you or whatever, it never fails. There's always, 'cause you're so used to swiping it and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so again, with that being said, too, about DoorDash, you can get a DoorDash job, which is on the internet. So you never had to go anywhere. Well, maybe I could see where, you got to go in somewhere and get it for them or whatever, but I mean, half the time you ain't even gotta do that. Sometimes they'll just come out and give it to you, and you're like, "All right, this is for Jim, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, you know, you're Billy, right?" And yeah, yeah, that's me. Okay, yeah, okay. This one goes to Joe, and there's Samantha, right? And you're like, "Okay, got it. See ya, thank you," right? And they put the little sticker on it so that when you deliver it, the people know that like you didn't like dig in it and like eat a couple of French fries, you know what I'm saying? To take a sip of the drink, So they put like I don't know, something to like let them know that they gotta like break it open, right? Like that nobody broke it open until he got there, right? Like that it's fresh, somebody's boogers didn't fall in. You know, I just don't see how they would get people there. And I'm sure that idea and concept is in the air. And maybe they're freestyling it as they go. I mean, it kind of seems that way, doesn't it? Like they don't really have a plan, but they have the idea for it, right? Like that's what it seems like to me. Or else they would have already done it. Especially knowing that people would just automatically accept it, you know, like we already have, and it's always in the most subtle way, man. Like you don't see it, because when it comes to the online thing, isn't it just so much more convenient? And everybody does it, and everywhere is closed anyway. So, maybe that was the plan to begin with. But again, they threaten the people with coming back out and going to be able to go do this, and it's like, but when you had us here, you had us living this lifestyle, and now we've grown to the more convenient lifestyle. And that's why people like Jeff Bezos is winning, because everybody starts shopping on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they provide movies, books, all kinds of stuff, man. It's like it's a convenient place. It might as well be like Borders or Hastings or one of those bookstores where it's like you went in, you could rent a movie, you could buy a book, you could sell the book back to them. You sell them movies. They had video games. There was like toys. There was like it was like there was like a sections and rows of books, and there's one here. And they went out of business and they turned it into a place called Entertain Mart, which was basically the same thing, just a different name. That would be like Blockbuster going to Planet Hollywood or something like that, right? Like we sell or we rent movies, but we're just calling something else, right? Like I don't know. It's just a thought, man. Y'all have a wonderful day if I don't talk to y'all again soon, and y'all be good.